And we're live.
So MicroStrategy's average purchase price was a little less than 16,000, and right now, the price is about 33,000. So you've more than doubled your investment, and most likely by the end of the year, we're probably going to be in some kind of bubble, I imagine. So the return will be even higher. And you've said that you didn't buy the Bitcoin to sell it, but would MicroStrategy ever take some off the table when you sense the market is at a top, and then just buy in later when there's another correction? Or do you just plan to hodl through all the cycles, and weather those, whatever 80% downturns when the crypto markets are in a bear market?
I don't expect an 80% downturn. I don't think it's a speculative asset, and I don't think you can quote unquote.
Crypto markets are in a bear market.
Yeah, again, I just disagree with your characterization. I don't expect an 80% downturn. I don't think it's a speculative asset, and I don't think you can quote unquote take money off the table. You're speaking like a crypto trader right now, right? Like, yeah, I mean, maybe you're doing it,
Laura,
just to represent their interest, but I don't see the world that way. I think that Bitcoin is sound money. It's the technically superior asset class compared to the dollar, the euro, the peso, the bolivar, compared to a stock index, compared to gold, compared to silver, compared to everything you can conceivably buy. It is technically, thermodynamically superior as an asset. So when you say things like that to me, and maybe you just do it just to see what I'll say back, I just imagine you preaching to me in Argentina while you're asking me if I'm going to sell the dollars and buy pesos back again as the peso sleeps from 20 to the dollar to 40 to the dollar to 80 to the dollar. Or if we're in, Venezuela. I mean, you think a Venezuelan company is going to, like, quote unquote, take some money off the table by selling their US stocks and their US dollars to buy back into local currencies? Or then, in Zimbabwe, you think they would take money off the table, right? Like, the point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right.
It's going up forever, Laura. Hey guys, what's going on? Gerald Peters. Welcome to the Money Flow. Hope you guys are doing well. Tried to go live earlier. I was having some problems with and let me know if my sound is too low. I was having some problems with wow, Professor got 5,000 views on that. Nice, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations, man.
You've said that you didn't buy the Bitcoin to sell it, but would MicroStrategy ever take some off the table when you sense the market is at a top, and then just buy in later when there's another correction? Or do you just plan to hodl through all the 80% downturns?
Yeah, again, I just disagree with your characterization. I don't expect an 80% downturn. I don't think it's a speculative asset. I don't think you can quote unquote take money off the table. The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. 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 Yeah. Forever, Laura.
Forever, Laura.
You're speaking like a crypto trader right now.
All right, man. All right. Nice. Here we are. What's going on, Instagram? What's going on, YouTube? Happy Wednesday to you. Hello. Yeah, I saw in the news, SoFi is adding a crypto trading part part to their business, right? I guess, what do you call it there? They're adding crypto. For some reason I thought they already had it, but apparently not. Let's see here. Let's do it like this. Okay. Give me just a second. Bam, there we go. All right, man, let's pull up a chart here. When I was on earlier, I was running through a couple that let's see. Stock charts. I thought I had everything set to go here. Man, come on, man. All right. So here we are. We're at stockcharts.com. Let's get logged in. Better charting, smarter living. Is that what that said? Anyway, I love stock charts. It's one of my favorite things. The guy asked me in a podcast interview what was my favorite thing that I own in life, or that I've been able to buy, with money, and charts. I love stock charts. I'm looking at stock charts in hours every day, every single day. I look at charts. I'm not looking to make it faster. I'm not looking for any of that. I like looking at each chart and finding those levels, those support levels, So let's pull up Apple. If you were to go to what's called the public chart list and go down to where it says money flow trade ideas, those are charts that we're here at the MFG Trade Desk, what we're tracking, okay? And let's make those larger. And we're tracking approximately 200 assets between commodities and stocks. It's probably about 200 items, man. Let's see. Daniel says, happy Wednesday. Hello, everyone. How you doing, Daniel? Good to see you. Hey, Sugar Lunch, do you have a SoFi account? If you do, would be cool. Let's see here. All right. What are we looking at here? Okay, this is Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is a fork of Bitcoin. I think it was 2017? No, 2012. Does anybody know? When did the fork in Bitcoin Cash happen? If you don't know what's up with that, go check it out. Pretty much the same. It is the same code. Bitcoin Cash is trying to be used as cash, whereas Bitcoin is a store of energy and value. What's up, Instagram? And so we have these little money flow patterns. Should be seeing those right now. Let's see. Pull up the newsletter. If you were to go over here, go to your web browser and just type in THE, so the Peters Report.com. Let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna pull something up.
I'm Scott Wapner, front and center this hour after last week's dip and yesterday's rip. Where does that leave this record-setting rally? We will ask the committee. Of course we will. We'll debate it as well with Joe Terranova, Stephanie Link, Shannon Sakosha, Josh Brown. Take you to the markets here. We're trying to figure some stuff out today. Obviously, Dow's green. Everything else is in the red. Steph, I'll come to you first. So we had the big decline. We had the big bounce. Goldman's Tony Pasquarello says when down 3% constitutes the worst week in 7 months. You know the getting has been very good, and some consolidation was perhaps to be expected. In the time since, market behavior is encouraging. In textbook fashion, the 50-day moving average was tested and held. I'd argue the technical setup is better today than it was a few weeks back. Feel the same way?
Yeah, I do, actually. The S&P 500 is up 36% from the April 8th lows, Liberation Day. We're up 16% year to date. We were supposed to have volatility in September and October. Instead, we had 3% growth in September, 2% growth in October. November is our volatile month. high expectations, right? Volatility is expected when you have this kind of expectation level. That being said, the economy is growing at 4%. It is not all AI. It is also supported by some parts of the consumer, which is hanging in, especially the high end.
Tiny.
High
Some
end
part
is the
tiny.
bulk.
Like,
High
which
end
part?
is the high end is the bulk.
Hold on. Let me
of-
see if I can see through which part.
Okay, stop. Okay, so we're going to get to the consumer in a little bit, but the consumer.
All right, so these guys, these are fund managers from the show. This is a halftime report on CNBC. I have a man. Let's put the. Let me see if I can get the. There we go. Let's put the comments up on there so we can see the comments on the replay. Man, come on. What's up? What's up, TDJ? Eddie Miller. I like the black candle that indicates a probable direction change on a stock chart. Yeah, I'm gonna assume you are probably talking about dojis or something. I don't know, man. Let's see. I love dojis, man. What you want to do with dojis, the trick to dojis is you got to catch dojis on a support or resistance. What am I doing? On support or resistance at an extreme. If doji's not on an extreme, I don't get too concerned about it, man. We pull this chart back up. So, boom, pull it up. So we got Bitcoin Cash trading at 507. Looks like it wants to go stage 2, man. If I was wanting to play and do some makeup, I would get on Coinbase and I would try to play. I would play the perpetual futures contracts, and I would take, that's what I would do. That's what I've been doing. So we got Ethereum is right here at 3,411. It was at 4,700, but I want to get into the Apple. Let me see. All right, here's the Apple. And this is kind of what I was saying to you earlier is if you go to stock charts, you can get on my, it's free. All I do is ask for you to vote, man. If you haven't voted, go vote for me. I need all the votes I can get. And if you're not part of our second income stream, you might consider it. This SIS over here, that's what that stands for. And you might look at getting involved with that program. Man, you should read the letter I got. I mean, the cyst all but saved him, man. So that was no, let me see. The cyst all but saved him. Laid off for almost 4 months, man. It's what kept him afloat. All right, if you hit that QR code over there, right, it's going to take you to my course called Getting Started with Stock Charts. If you don't have it, don't have the book, you might want to check it out, man. They've added so much stuff to the software I'm using, it is confusing me. So Apple, this is in stage 3. We started taking it down. The RSI started going extreme. We're trading this, and we're up about 50 or 60% in the trade. But I'm using the AAPU. This is the Direction Daily Apple Bull 2 times share. So it's a way for you to take on leverage, right? It lets you take on leverage without paying margin, without borrowing money. You're going to pay, you're going to pay a fee for using the fund, but they provide the leverage through derivatives, usually through futures contracts or something like that, man, or credit swaps or something. Not something you even need to sit around. You don't need to know how to fix a car to drive it, okay? You don't have to know what options inside and out to use them. You don't have to know stock market inside and out to start trading it or start building wealth. Start building wealth starts with the click of a fucking mouse. You just start clicking it, and or a phone. You just click it, and you just transfer it. You move money over from your account to that account, and then you put it in smart shit, and you keep doing it. It's not hard, man. It's really fucking simple. Time times amount times yield. It's not complicated. Let's see. There was another one besides Apple I was looking at that was a stage 3. One way to know for sure is boom. Right here, you're going to see, if you go to thepetersreport.com, this is what comes up. All right, CMFG state of the market. But And here in the front, I try to break down the market every week. And the S&P finally cooled off, breaking its month-long win streak, dropping 1.6% on the week to close at 6,728. Tech led the decline with the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite bearing the brunt, falling 4.4% as AI momentum and lofty valuations came under fresh scrutiny as consumer sentiment slid to its weakest level in 3 years. So we saw people were kind of whining and complaining. But here's the thing, NVIDIA is not trading at that high a multiple. So when you hear him talk about what was I saying? Their PE, or you'll hear them talking about the multiple expansion, or it's just trading for, it's too highly valued, lofty valuations. That's another way they'll say it. So they'll say lofty valuations. They'll say, the expansion, what they're talking about is them coming into earnings. So you have the PE now and you have your forward PE. Well, if you can calculate the PE and the fucking PE is higher, that stock is going up. I don't know if you know this by not, but if they raise their dividend higher than it is, that fucking stock is going higher. It's just the way it is, man. Let's see. Someone click something. Stocks. What's up, Jay Green? Currently in sticks. Want to move to futures. Man, I don't know what that means, bro. I don't know what that means. Sticks. Alex says, my sis can cover my daycare for my son in the event that I get laid off. I'd be available to work and apply for interviews for more jobs while he's at daycare. It's all covered by dividends. Man, I love that. I love that. That's how you want to think about it. Start stacking more bills in there, man. Be like, cool, I think I could buy our grocery money out of that too with just dividends and pay the phone bill and pay for the car and pay this, but I'm not going to because I'm working. But I'm going to keep pushing it, and soon it's going to exceed all my bills, and I'm going to keep fucking pushing it because I'm going to try to get rich. That's you talking, not me. Click that QR code, man, if you haven't taken my Getting Started with Stock Charts course. Yep, I put down here some high-value swing trades. T, okay? Let me take this down. Whoop. T, Verizon, Boeing, okay? RKT, Rocket Mortgage, HD, Home Depot, XLU, UTSL, that's the triple leverage of the XLU. In other words, utility stocks. Utility stocks are the new growth plays, man. Utility stocks are the new play. People have been pouring in to grow. Now, I've been building growth stocks my whole adult life. So obviously, I'm pretty happy about that. It's not what I expected them to do. And again, we're on the Peters report. We're looking at the front page. And on the front page, I'm going to start putting in some high-value swing trades. These are ones that I think are really good. Not necessarily my trade of the week. If you're not on the trade of the week, get with me, man. We're going to take 52 trades over the next year, unless you can't handle it. You can't do it, but it'll be pretty easy. And you're going to learn a lot, man. And by the end of the year, you're going to be a badass trader. Or don't be. It's up to you, too. Gold and silver dollar sign. If you go over to stock charts, let's pull up this Apple chart. When you want to look at commodities, you got to put the dollar sign in front of them. For stocks, you don't. So if you're looking at silver, it wouldn't be silver. It'd be the SLV. That's the iShares Silver Trust, right? And it just hit $48. It's making a run for all-time fucking highs. I hope you're noticing this. I hope you're noticing. About to make history, man. So if you look right here, I mean, I put this out Sunday night. AT&T, Verizon, Rocket Mortgage, Home Depot, Boeing, utility stocks, gold, silver, and fresh FRSH is an AI play, okay? Tom Lee, who's been right for a while, now is saying the S&P will be at 7,000 500 by the year. He's probably right. Yeah, I hope so, man. We're going to keep going. Don't be the guy sitting out of a bull market because you thought you were smart. That guy's the biggest dipshit of all, okay? Don't be that guy. I've done that. You don't want to do that. Anyway, the petersreport.com, this is always available. I have it up. It's not in an email. I email you a link to it, but the emails and the Substack, that's just trying to bring this stuff to life, man. And if you go through there, I got 40 or 50 charts that I'm looking at. The charts that I put inside of the newsletter are the ones that I think are the most important that week. Let's check out what happened with I said AT&T on there. Let's check out T. Boom. As expected, breaking through, running. It's also a B&B trade. I don't know if I have it on the list. I just noticed that. It hasn't been on there in so long. What's the next one? Let's see. Let's do Verizon. VZ. Look what you see. Big bust up, big run up. We were down there in that 39.50 range. Here we are at 40.80. All right. So starting to work. Hopefully we see those cruise on down and we get these RSIs here. That's at 54. Hopefully it hits 70. Okay. When it hits 70, it's time for us to get paid. Anytime I'm in a stock and the RSI breaks the 70, that is overbought condition. Over 70, below 30 is undersold or oversold. Overbought, oversold. Makes sense, right? Support down here, resistance up here. All right. But here's what I want to show you. Look at this. All right. That's an extreme. When that RSI hits 70, and look right here. Boom. It's literally the fucking top. This connects to this. Boom. Think about that. What's up, Ted? What's up, man? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. When you connect this RSI right here, it goes straight down to a damn doji right here. Now, my man was, look at that. It's a hangman. There's his leg. He's hanging upside down. I just call it an upside down cross, man. You call it what you want to call it. It's a damn doji. Steven says, thought the Illuminati got you. Thanks for jumping on again, G. You're right, man. I thought they were going to try to get me. I've been going through a lot of bullshit in my life. And this last year has been one of the hardest years of my life. And I don't mean business-wise, outside of that. Family, business, relationships, all that kind of shit, man. Life is a lot easier if you don't have people. It's just you on a desert island. I don't know, man. I'm exaggerating right there, but man, you know what's up. Down here in New Orleans, at my house in New Orleans, some of you guys know I got three houses. I don't ever say that to brag. I say that to show the possibility that if a guy like me can buy himself a house in Florida on a beach he likes and buy himself a house in the French Quarter of New Orleans in an area that he likes and live in Texas, if I can do that, anybody can do that. You just got to line up things right. You just got to get them right. Hey, you just got to get them right. You just got to get them going, man. You ain't got to get it right. I said you got to line up the buckets right. But here's the thing. You don't even have to get that right. You just got to get that going. We can figure it out as we're going, man. Ask Microsoft. That's why you get so many damn updates. They're figuring it out as they're going. They don't have it done. All right, let's check another chart here. You're going to want to trim that. This is just bringing awareness. This is one of your most powerful indicators, the RSI. Let me show you guys something. This book right here. Now, this is not a reading book, okay? I mean, it is a reading book. This is a reading book. But this is an original copy of Wallace Wilder's. It's J. Wiles Wilder. Not to be confused with the guy that wrote The Science of Getting Rich, my other favorite book. This is one. Science of Getting Rich is one. The book I wrote called The Money Flow. If you don't have that, and you don't have to die broke. Those are pretty much all my favorite books, man. And a book called Technical Analysis Using Multiple Time Frames by a guy named Brian Shanahan. Bar none. Those are the best books at all for mindset, for learning trading. to go deep inside and see how these indicators work, man. A lot of people don't know. When you get into these indicators, there's a lot going on you might not know about. The math calculations alone in this, they used to calculate this shit by hand. The reason I'm bringing all this up is I want you to, let's see. Look at that. Okay, so he's showing you how to hand fucking plot it. There is no computers. You're hand writing it. Come on, man. And somehow, some people can't find time to trade. Yeah, go over to geraldpeters.info. You can get a copy of my free ebook. You don't have to die broke. Read that first. We got to get your buckets right. Otherwise, you won't have any money. A lot of times people try to fix their problem by investing. That's not the way to fix it. That is not the way to fix it. Why is Wendy's set to close hundreds of restaurants? Once famous for where's the beef, the Wendy's has announced that it is trimming some of the fat off of its national footprint. On a recent quarterly earnings call, interim CEO, never good when you have an interim CEO, Ken Cook told investors the company plans to begin closing many locations that aren't meeting sales expectations this year, with more slated to meet the same fate in 2026. The total number of restaurants being shut is predicted to be in the hundreds, with the projection ranging from 240 to 360 restaurants. Wendy's currently has roughly 6,000 restaurants in America. That is a lot of damn restaurants, guys. This is Wendy's, and they are. M. Moore says, I've been with it. It almost sounds like we say in ISIS, don't it? We've been with Sis for 9 months. Love those dividends coming, though. Pays my utilities, groceries so far each month for a family of 5. Man, that warms my heart right there. I've been living on mine, too, down here in New Orleans just to test it out. And so far, it's worked. My balance has stayed about exactly the same the entire year because I'm pulling out about a little less than to offset some erosion and stuff. I leave money in there, but so far it's worked great, man. I'm on year 2, but you're almost a full year living on it just as an experiment, see how it would go. All right, let's get into some more of these. We looked at Verizon. Verizon's easily going to make its way up to 140, 150. That's another $1.50. And then probably another $1.50 push up to the 43 region. And if you look, this is where price has stopped a bunch, right? So when you look at this chart, it gets hung up in here, man. So when it goes up to here, that's probably where it's going to stop, because that, my friends, is price has memory. Price has memory. Never forget, price has memory. And that's how we're able to build market structure and connect trend lines and add up moving averages and have them make some kind of sense because of its relation with price and how it moves through the 4 stages of price movement. See, the money flow trading system is based on the concept that we're trend traders. We're trying to trade the trend. We think that's the easiest way to trade. What's up, Brandon? We think trading the trend is the easiest way to trade, man. So we want to catch that trend. And guess what? We believe that what's in motion will continue to stay in motion until it's hit with some sort of force. We learned this in science class, and it'll be the next whatever. And until then, we're in a bull market. We're going up, and it's going to keep going up until it decides not to go up. Was on Bourbon today. A guy I deal with down there owns multiple businesses and a property on Bourbon. His dad is affiliated with Carlos Marcello back in the day. Very cool. Why don't you hit me up, man? I was on Bourbon too. I'm fixing to go to Bourbon right now. As a matter of fact, man, why don't you hit a brother up? If you're ever in New Orleans, come look me up, man. I'd be happy to sit down with you. My man Brandon's here. Sit down with you. We could talk about the birds and the bees or whatever you want to talk about. Let's see. Hit that QR code. Those were easy trades. Let's look at Rocket Mortgage real quick. And then I'm not going to do too many of these. I'm not going to save this. Get in there. I'm tired today. RKT, getting old, man. Let's see. All right, rocket companies. It's like Linden Tree, man. Like Rendon Tree. Weather is great today. Yeah, it's a little cold over here. All right, just looking at this, we got our little thing here. Let me point out a couple things that just jump off at me as soon as I look at the chart. Got a doji here. And it looks like that doji has carried that zone. You see it? Don't too much worry about these little one-offs. Okay, I call those kangaroo tails. Don't worry about them. Let's see. All right, we got 41 and 41. Got about 90 people on here live, man. I appreciate everybody who's here, who comes here. Anybody spends any time with me. If you trade with me in Discord, I appreciate you, man. You help fund the whole thing, and hopefully I'm making you some money, or we as a group, a collective, as friends, as a community, are making you some money. So if you're looking for a community of like-minded people, man, I'd sure like to have you. We could use it. We need help, man. We need some good people. So there it is. Looking for a group of like-minded people to trade with. Alerts and Discord. I put out all my moves. You can text me over there at GP. It'll come right to my phone. And here I'm fixing to go do some reading. I'll get your text here tonight, and I'll send you over some stuff. Yeah, man. Let's see. I like this. Anchor points help create market structure. Give traders something to trade against, making stop loss zones clear and market structure, and not an arbitrary percentage. Sometimes people say, well, I don't like to lose more than 10%, but why 10? Why not 9? Why not 4? It needs to make sense with the asset you're trading based on its volatility. It doesn't matter. You may have way too tight a stop to even trade what you're trading. So you need to understand the different asset classes and how they move. And I think we just did a study on that. We were talking about what were we talking about? Oh, beta. That beta is a measurement against the S&P 500. All trades are measured against the S&P 500. Hands off, just hands off. What you would make in 1 year, which averages about 9 or 10%, versus you trying to learn and manage a portfolio. Maybe it won't be worth it to you. It's always been worth it to me. And so we did Rocket Mortgage. It's popping out of the box. Still going to clear this little 1850 range, but if we do, we're going to run up to that 22.5. I think it's only got like a 16 or 17 handle with Morningstar. So hopefully it can run a little bit as a growth play here. And if interest rates come down, it seems like that would be a growth play for them. Man, what do I got popping up? I got all kind of shit popping up. Let me get back over here again. Hold on.
Because they do have jobs and wages, inflation is down, all of that. That also being said, productivity growth is running up 3%. We haven't seen 3% productivity growth, Scott, and I don't even know how long. That is very, very bullish, not only for productivity itself, but also inflation. And the Fed is cutting. I don't know how much more they're going to cut, but they're cutting. QT is ending. Earnings are growing 12.3%. Historical average is 5%. Revenues are growing 8%. Historical average is 5%. So things are pretty good. We should be up this much. We should have rallied from the lows. But I think seasonality plays a very big, important part right now. Between now and the end of the year, on average, fourth quarter grows 8.5% cumulatively. You want to be long. You want to be buying the dips. And that's what I was doing last week.
All right.
How's that?
That was pretty good.
Mic drop.
That was good.
Is she dead on?
All these people are hedge fund
The
managers.
market has very strong tailwinds. It's had these tailwinds ranging from global central banks being accommodative to the degree of which we haven't seen in decades, disinflationary trends, and the earnings growth. Maybe the earnings growth for 2026 is a little bit aggressive. We've had 4 consecutive quarters of double-digit revenue growth. You haven't seen that since 21. And now the estimates for 26 look like we're going to get that double-digit revenue growth again. I'm not necessarily sure that we do that or that we get the double-digit earnings growth. But I think where we are right now with the market
Joe
really
Trivanova.
is about two things. Number one,
Exxon up
we're
$2
skating
today.
towards the end of the year. Everyone's going to chase. We've talked about that. Everyone knows. Secondarily, it's a technology story.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
All right. So he said it's been a technology story. I think we all know that. Tech's been the play, right? The big seven. What's up, John? John says, oh, this is interesting. John says, I'm not a trader, but I still like watching your channel. I just buy and hold, and your videos keep me motivated to stay invested. Man, I appreciate you sharing that with me, brother. John, you're a good soldier, man. Army. That's right. It's the Army song. What's your first general order? I will guard everything within the limits of my post and quit my post only when properly relieved. Bam. First general order. What Joe's talking about there is the sea change, you know? So when we're looking at the petersreport.com, the actual PDF, it's 43 pages. This is my trading log. I used to fill this out just for me every Friday. But now, I'll take notes. In here, anywhere you see a picture right here, let's make sure we're bringing it back here. Boom, come on. Bring me back in, make me little. Bring me back in, bring me little. Out. Okay, these here, that was a video I did on 11/10. Okay, that's what that is. If for whatever reason it doesn't click, because some reason you can't put videos that were done live in here like a regular video, it doesn't pull them up. I don't understand it. Not sure why that is or why it's even going so damn slow. But as you go through the thing here, you're going to see pictures of me and this and that. A lot of you probably already know Warren Buffett quit, man. Warren Buffett is he didn't say the words quit. He said he was gonna he's gonna go quiet. Man, that don't sound good to go quiet. Makes me sad though, man. I've looked up to that guy for a long time. Over here on page 5 are trades I've been taking. I've been real slow to update this. Trying to come up with a different way to do some things. I just don't like this ongoing running thing. It's actually way more time consuming than it looks right there. And over here on the right, we're looking at old big worm. I mean, Buffett, big Buffett, that he's writing a letter and he says, hey, I'm done. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to talk quiet. I ain't going to say much. I got my 141 billion and I'm going to just float out. But along the way, you know, Warren Buffett to release farewell letter Monday as Berkshire Hathaway shows its stability for investors. So now we got to parade around these people that were helping the old man run that firm. Let's hope they really were. Berkshire Hathaway shares climbed more than 4% this past week, outperforming the market as investors awaited a highly anticipated letter from old WB. His first public message since announcing in May plans to step down as CEO of the year. Man, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm going to be honest with you. What my man said over here about keeping me in, Warren Buffett's one of those people. Hey, Brandon, my man Brandon put DKNG and TTD. Isn't TTD the Amazon thing? Pretty sure that works with Amazon. DraftKings, we're buying some. DraftKings is the stage 1 buy right now. I personally am going to pick up DraftKings. Let's call it the D draft. DKNG. That's it. Now look at this. You know, this is this chart here is a doozy. You know, this is one of those charts people run away. People run away. Hey, John, you might catch some. I got some other videos where I'm talking mindset and motivation and things like that, not talking stocks. Most of those are here on YouTube. Let's see. If you guys would, even on Instagram, you lazy back, click the damn like button or put an emoji. Do something, man. Pay something, even if it's just a minute of your time. let's see. This went up. You wish you had a different college teacher, huh? Let's see. That's good. We're going to move. Let's move this. Man, look at this. So I'm always just looking for patterns and shapes. It doesn't have to be exact money flow stuff. Look, 1, 2, 3, and almost 4 here. They put it in there. I don't know how it holds their hair up, but it does. All right, so we have a sloping down channel. This is the dreaded sloping down channel. This is what kicks your ass in day trading. You've got to know fast this is what you're in. The moment I get this second point right here, game on. I assume if I can go from here to here, things mess up. And then go from here to there. Come on, man. That's crazy. So what is going on? Sorry about that. Now, so what's going on? Let's see. WB last year. Last year, huh? WBD is another one. Let me show you this. You looking for me? What are you looking for me for? WBD, Warner Brothers Disney Discovery. I like everything about that channel. All 3 of those, man. And I think, let me see. Pulling up my account. Boom. Feel me? Can you see? Let's see. Oh. Boom. So you can see I'm bringing up my E-Trade here. And don't give me anything super hot. This account here, we're running 4 accounts. We're at $746,378. My wife's IRAs, my IRAs. Now, I've been self-employed since I was 33 years old. So for 33 years, I've been getting up every day, trying to get out here, man, and kill something, bring it home, feed everybody, keep my kid in private school, and keep, having those little things that I wanted. And most of all, to be able to save chunks of money. So I went from saving, 25 a week, 50 a week, watching that kind of build up till I'm doing 300, 500 a day, and it begins to multiply exponentially. And so that's what I talk about is like, if we look if we're looking at a QR or a compounding curve, you'll notice it doesn't do a lot. And then all of a sudden it just takes off. Well, let's just start over there. How much do I need to start over there? So keep that in mind. You don't have this one. RKT. That's kind of a cool name. Is down 1% in the after hours. You got 214 PE. Wow. Man.
technology positions, and also thinking about your technology positions, how important is it to understand that what you hold in your technology positions has the potential to be a source of liquidity in 2026 if markets feel as though they need to correct. And I think that's the single most important exercise in your portfolio right now is understanding, am I maybe a little bit too overwhelmed?
Play it, maybe less obvious ways, and I don't think the industrials are obvious.
You know, there's the other idea. Josh, I'd like your take on this, on what Michael Burry has posted again. Not posting the same thing again, but just the fact that he's posting again. And I say that because, you know, you hear from him occasionally, of course, from 08 housing crisis fame. But he's been on a run lately of posting about, you know, potential bubbles in the whole AI stratosphere. And he has another one today where he essentially says that the hyperscalers are overstating their earnings. And and you need to understand this through depreciation. I'm not going to read the whole post. You can go find it if you want, but he just calls into question where we are. I think those are in some ways as stretched as some of these other names from the hyperscale thing. It's not like we're discovering this, you know, as new.
Retail does not know these names. I go out on the road all the time and talk to advisors and their clients, and they're like, what? Quanta, what? So Eaton, what? Vertiv, maybe, because Dave Cote has done such a brilliant job. But I think that's the places where their numbers and the estimates are still much more inflecting higher. And I think SoftBank is an absolute, the move to the today is an absolute endorsed ways, and the industrials are obvious.
You know, there's the other idea. Josh, I'd like your take on this, on what Michael Burry has posted again. Not posting the same thing again, but just the fact that he's posting again. And I say that because, you know, you hear from him occasionally, of course, from 08 housing crisis fame. But he's been on a run lately of posting about, you know, potential bubbles in the whole AI stratosphere. And he has another one today where he essentially says that the hyperscalers are overstating their earnings. And and you need to understand this through depreciation. I'm going to read the post. You can go find it if you want, but he just calls into question where we are in this particular trade. I don't think we need to go through the forensic accounting of how these companies are, you know, working out their numbers. But the idea that he's back in a big way, calling out what he clearly sees as overextended stocks.
So what I would say is that the conversation is now shifting from these stocks because they're expensive to these businesses are doing something that is deceptive to investors. I think for most people, that's a bridge too far. They're not hiding their numbers. They're just accounting for depreciation of some of the CapEx spending that they're doing. I think the most important thing for investors to consider is the fact that what Burry is pointing out are all public data points. Everyone is looking at the same numbers. Now, does he have something planned? Maybe nobody is aware of, or
well, he says more detail coming November 25th. Stay tuned. Okay. I don't know what that means, but you know we'll have to wait a couple weeks.
The bears would say we're in this toxic stew of companies that are deliberately misleading investors via the ways for which they're accounting for their CapEx spending, and combined with elevated valuations. The bulls would say they're expensing it, and not only are these companies, these earning streams come through as a result of the investments that they're making now. That's the battleground. Difficult to convince somebody on one side to switch over to the other. There is, however, the potential for current AI bulls to become afraid. It's not going to be based on new.
All right, AI, man. What are you looking at when you hear them say AI? Uber took off and was running because of its extensive use of AI. Okay, way more than Lyft. DraftKings using AI. It didn't catch a bid. Where's it at? Our stock, KSCP. Make sure that's right. KSCP. It don't make me look good, does it? That K is Kellanova, XLK Technology, OKLO, Okla, ProShares Ultra, Bloomberg Natural Gas. What is going on here? It's Nightscope Incorporated. Unable to find data. Oh, I put in M wrong. This Nightscope, man, I only know him because he drinks coffee every night. We met on that, but boom, we are full blown breaking out now. KSCP, Nightscope. This is Little Birdie told me about this one, man. Little Birdie told me about this one. So keep it on your radar. Let's see. Anyway, there now here. Okay, so look at this. This is the pattern every time, guys. So once you see it, you know, when we started coming down on this stage 4 decline here, we're coming down, right? Yeah, not cool. All right, maybe that is him. Boom, we have a sloping down channel. And I mentioned to you, this is the dredge. This is the dredge of day trading. That goddamn channel right there. It is hard, man. And so I'm in the business of anticipating that channel, that I know it's coming, okay? And the way I know it's coming is it starts to go through the damn pattern. And we showed, you know, this one doesn't have quite as many, but we showed it before where it'd go from the top to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom, back to the top. And I'm like, hey, that's not me. Nothing like watching GP while getting paid as well. Man, I like to hear that. Hey, get with me on Thursday by text message or something, okay? So we can lock in a time Friday. I'm trying to get Dylan on the podcast with us here, or the show, or whatever we're calling it. If you'd like to be involved, you'd like to come on here with me, either just give a testimony or maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. Maybe we got a good report. I'm working on a local YouTube show here too, for local stuff. New Orleans is one of the is number 48 poorest state in America, and it's not fucking changing. And people need to be educated. They don't know anything. They don't know how to grow their money. GP is the man. What's up, Austin? Man, I appreciate you. Yes, I do. Yes, yes, yes. Good to have you, man. Ryan says, what's up, Gerald? I'm 22-year-old man, and I have officially, and you have officially changed my life. Man, I like hearing that, bro. Been watching your videos, pods for a week. Open a brokerage, investment accounts. All I can say is thank you. Hell yeah. Man, we're going to have to get some sound effects. Man, I like that. Those aren't good sound effects. Those are not good sound effects. Let's see. Nope, those didn't work it out, did they? Anyway, pull me back up, man. Where am I at? Okay, right above my head, that QR code. Get on that QR code. That QR code will take you to my getting started with stock charts course. This is the entry course to understanding the money flow, which is this book right here. If you have any troubles with it, get it, man. Get on it. And also, if you're new to trading, get on that Peters report on the premium one. Let me tell you something cool it does. Watch this. Let me pull this back up. I think it's cool, man. Maybe because it's me. I don't know. All right. If you do go to the course, you're going to see that they'll pay. My guys will send it to you. Probably not tonight. It'll probably be in the morning. Okay. Because I didn't tell them it was on sale. Where were we going? The Substack comes with an app too, right? So you can get the emails from me emailed to you, or you can elect to not have them emailed and go check them on the app. That's another option. You can open up your own little Substack account. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. Go to share it, but let's see. Well, he couldn't, trying to find it here. Let me see. Let me see if it'll do it over here. Hold on. Bear with me. I promise. We're going somewhere important here. All right, so this is the one I just mailed out today. The Pierce Report, staying one step ahead of the market. Warren Buffett's real. Oh, come on. What is going on? Jane does this. She doesn't like it. All right. I got to get back on my control. I took I take 2 or 3 weeks off coming live, man, and controllers are a pain in the ass. Looking for a controller. I need people to help me control. Understand tech, put in work, understand how to trade. Anyway, been trying to drop an email every day calling it the Daily Scoop. We're just picking up what's happening in the scuttlebutt right now and getting it out to you as fast as I can. Warren Buffett is all in the news. I feel like it's my damn father or something. Is I love Buffett, man. I really do. It makes me sad. We lost Ozzy Osbourne too. Gerald Peters, the Peters Report, Daily Scoop, November 12th, 2025. Hey, MFG, we've got a busy lineup of trades in this issue, but keep things tight. I'll share several charts, full list of tickers I'm buying at the end of this letter. Some solid setups are taking shape. Should be fun. Go down there and we break it down. SPYs, the Qs, the Dow, break down the 7, show you some charts here so you can get an idea that it is bullish, it is above the line, and no, it is not a stage 4 decline. In crypto, we got Bitcoin. Bitcoin stuck in that 104 to 106 range. If it breaks that, look out below, man. I'm expecting it to run back. So Ethereum is going to make its way back to that 47.50. I've got perpetual contracts on it trying to make some money. There's a lot of money out here right now that people are just walking by. Shutdown resolved. The U.S. Senate passed a bill to end the longest government shutdown in history, boosting confidence in markets that clarity is coming soon. Man, about time. Where are you at, Clarity? They're going to bring him in. They're going to bring in Clarity. I'm kidding. I know what they're doing. Let's take it right here. Let's take it down a little bit. All right, what else we got? We got tech and AI valuation pressures. NVIDIA Corporation fell nearly 3% as SoftBank sold $5.8 billion stake of shares. Damn, they want out. Crypto consolidation. Major tokens are consolidating while many other smaller altcoins face increased selling pressure. Total crypto market cap was down 1%. We're now at $3 trillion or some shit. I've got about 3 or 4 small cap stocks that are up that you can get that are involved in this goddamn crack the 1 minute chart and stuff. Right here, this is a 1 minute chart of Bitcoin, man. Doesn't that look pretty? It looks pretty, right? You see it go down, you see it go up, you see it go down, you see it go up, you see it go down. It's the 1s and the 3s. That's the nuances, right? That's where it gets a little trickier. A lot of trading is in that gray area, man. Is this a 1 or a 2, G? It didn't really break out, but it is above the 20. You know, what is it? That's kind of like a 2-1, you know, but I mean, you're going to fall somewhere in these shades as time goes on, but some of them aren't going to be as clear, and that's okay. You don't have to save the world, man. We're just trying to make one person a little bit richer every day. So if you do that for you and I do it for me, and we're all together, man, we're going to do all right. Hey, Ryan, I don't know where you open a brokerage account. I'd recommend you get one at M1 Finance. That's more for your saving stuff, but we invest over there too. And E-Trade is what I use. Charles Schwab's good. There's a bunch of good ones out there, man. All right, let me look at it. Look at this chart real quick. My man Wu says small cap is going to pop if rates keep dropping. You know Trump wants low rates too. Absolutely. And you know he likes the Bitcoin. His sons are billionaires now from a Bitcoin exchange. So Bitcoin to the fucking moon. Laura, it's going to the moon. Bitcoin will do that. And
sell it. But would MicroStrategy ever take some off the table when you sense the market is at a top and then just buy in later when there's another correction? Or do you just plan to hodl through all the 80% downturns?
Yeah, again, I just disagree with your characterization. I don't expect an 80% downturn. I don't think it's a speculative asset. I don't think you can quote unquote take money off the table. The point is, if you have the superior asset, why would you sell it? That's what Big Michael's been trying to say to the world, man. Why are you selling your most valuable asset, man? Don't do that. We're trying to store up money. Hey, we're trying to store up money. If you're looking for a place to trade, man, come trade with me. A group of like-minded people. I put out alerts, and we're in Discord. Come in there and listen to each other. You can always text me to my phone right here. I'm fixing to go have a drink with some buddies. But text me. I need something to do. Text me at 1-936-661-7786. Come in. Join us for a year. I got a little gift for you, man. I want to give you my book, How to Be 10 Foot Tall and Bulletproof. How to take your confidence and your ability to manifest to the next level. We need to do that. We need to do that. Anchor points. I meant to talk about this earlier. Anchor points are the thing at the very bottom, of the move, That's an anchor point right there. That's an anchor point right there. Observe the doji over here. You want to start seeing those dojis, spotting the dojis and applying the dojis, but I want the dojis to be on an extreme, okay? I've been going for an hour. I feel like I didn't even talk about what I came on to talk about. We picked up shares of, if you got the new letter, let me see if it came up. Right. This is the new letter. Peter staying one step ahead of the market. If you go down, we talked about Buffett. 95% of Buffett's wealth comes after he's the age 65. So all of our friends who, I'm old, and they get to 65 and they can't do shit anymore. Buffett, he massively exploded his wealth. He went from 12 billion to 140 billion during that time. He from the age 65 on is when he's grown 95% of his wealth. That means we have a lot of shit to look forward to, guys. We got a lot of stuff going on that we got to get on top of, man. Man, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't all be retired like Joe, man. Come on, Joe. Money is rotating, guys. Money's rotating in the pharmacy stocks. I said this Sunday. Go look what's happening. Money's going to rotate into the XLP. That's, your consumer staples, your XLY, consumer or XLI for industrial. And we already saw oil stocks run. I had that on there for, what do we have that on there? We had that on there for Sunday. All right. So go look. Almost everywhere you see a picture now is a video that can play. I change them out. We got 4 or 5 good videos and up there this week.
some of them I think are worth leaving. If you see it, you're like, damn, it's been here three weeks. Yeah, enough people haven't watched it yet. Let's see. Money is rotating into energy, the XLE, the OHI, the XOP, to Gush, Exxon, Chevron, Conoco, Halliburton, Bohr, MPSs, ET, MLPX, EQT. Boom. What now? Pharmaceuticals, Pfizer, Gilead, Amgen, Bristol Myers, VTRS, Merck, and who else? Who else? Merck and what? Vikings, man. Vikings. So, hey, all we got. Appreciate you guys. You guys
just to represent their interest, but I don't see the world that way. I think that Bitcoin is sound money. It's the technically superior asset class compared to the dollar, the euro, the peso, the bolivar, compared to a stock index, compared to gold, compared to silver, compared to everything you can conceivably buy. It is technically thermodynamically superior as an asset. If you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Appreciate you, Michael.